Welcome to Layers of Communication with your host, Lydia Taggart. Life presents experiences that add a layer to who we are and how we see the world, affecting how we communicate. Lydia is here to help you take apart the layers and create new ways to connect and build relationships. So now, please welcome the host of Layers of Communication, Lydia Taggart.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Layers of Communication. I'm your host, Lydia Taggart, and I'm super excited for you to be here. We've got some amazing things to talk about today. At least they blew my mind when I thought of them. I was like, oh, that's so amazing. I need to share that. Okay, so here's the thing. It's Christmas time. It's a fabulous holiday season. Not just Christmas. There's so many other ways that the whole world is just celebrating love, right? I celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas time. I super love it. Not really magical for me though, but I love it anyway because it is the birth of my Savior. It's celebrating the birth of Christ. It's his birthday. And I love birthdays. Even as an adult and I'm old, I still love birthdays because what is a birthday? It is celebrating you. It's just celebrating you and how awesome and amazing you are. We celebrate our kids. It's easiest to see with kids because we love them. They're little. They haven't done a whole bunch of mistakes and we just love them anyway. As they get older, it's a little bit harder when they're teenagers, and then some adults are like, I don't want to be old, so don't give me a birthday. But with kids, and I think that we're all kids at heart. We're all children of God, and we're still children. We're still growing and learning until forever. So we look at the kids, and we see this great example. They're excited about it. We're like, yay! Tomorrow is my nephew's birthday, and he's been counting down for a long time. And I went and saw him. I had a thing. I went and saw him and his family last week. His baby sister was getting blessed at church. And then we had a family Christmas party. And we just have all these things keep coming up and I keep seeing him. So the first time we went and saw him, like last week and a half ago, and he was like, it's almost my birthday, but it's not today. How many more sleeps until it's his birthday? And he counted them and I said, we're going to leave now. We're getting ready to go home, right? And he's like, but we didn't sing and have cake. You can't leave yet. We didn't sing happy birthday to me. And I was like, okay, it's not your birthday today. But so we counted how many more days till this. Okay, I'm going to see you again on that day. And it's 7 days till then. And it's 10 days till that. And we're just counting. I was like, okay. And so now this morning, my sister calls me and she's like, Troy is he's mad because it's supposed to be his birthday today and it's not until tomorrow. His teacher said something about the days, got him a little bit confused. He's like, no, it should be my birthday today. Where's my cake? You're not singing to me. What's going on? It's my birthday today. And it's a very big deal. It's a very big deal for him to have a birthday. And it's like this with a lot of kids, right? They look forward to their birthday. They look forward to the party and having all the attention. Not everybody's like that. Not everybody, but a lot of kids. They're really excited to be noticed and recognized and showered with love and presents, right? Well, why do we give presents on birthdays? It's really, really important to make note of what kind of presents we give them. I'm going to tie this back into Christmas. It's not really about the presents. It's about celebrating that person. My kids, when they're younger, they're really into Legos. Really into Legos. You can get them a Hot Wheels and a Lego, my boys, every year for a lot of years. And then they started growing up and maturing a little bit. And now my 15-year-old, he's going to be 16 next month. He's like, Mom, if I see another Lego come into this house, don't let it happen. No Legos. I'm like, that's okay. And I talked to my youngest one that was into Legos still a few months ago. I was like, how do you feel about Legos? Like, oh, I think I'm done. because they're maturing. They're getting past that. So when we have a birthday party, and we reflect on that relationship that we have with the person whose birthday it is, right? We say, maybe they're not into Legos anymore. Maybe now they're into music. I need to get them a gift card for iTunes or something, which would not be appropriate for my 5-year-old into Hot Wheels and Legos. They don't need a gift card to go buy music, but it's much more appropriate for a teenager, right? Because we take into account that whole relationship and how close we are to them. We want this to be something that strengthens the bond we have with them. That's the purpose of a gift, right? We know you, we love you, we appreciate you, we're celebrating. I'm going to give you something awesome to show you that. And I know that you've grown and you're not into this anymore. I know you're into that. We won't get them something that is their least favorite color to wear. They won't wear it. It's not a showing of love. It's like more of a showing of, I have to just give you something out of obligation, and here's something. It's totally different. It's not where we want to go. We don't want them to feel like they're an obligation. We want them to feel loved. And so we shower them with gifts on their birthday and Christmas. But Christmas isn't their birthday. So why do we do that? Why do we do that? Hold that thought for a few minutes. Facebook reminds us about birthdays. And these are people that we haven't even thought about. We don't really know. We get busy. We're friends on Facebook. We're friends. I love having my Facebook friends and all my other social media friends. I don't really talk to them every day. They're not the same as my family. And that's okay. That's great, right? When we get a reminder, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday. Oh, I need to tell them happy birthday. I need to tell them that I love them, or show them that I care, that they're still a part of my life. And so we just post it on Facebook. Sometimes we send an email. Sometimes we send an e-card, one of those fun pop-up things. Or sometimes we even just send a text. There's all different levels and layers of personal contact in all the different ways that we connect. I probably won't send all of my friends on Facebook a present. Sorry. That's a lot of presents. That's a lot of birthdays. Like, some people have birthdays on the same day. I cannot spend that much time finding presents for that many people. We have a smaller, closer group of people that we try to send presents to, right? Or even personalized cards. Just that personal connection. It's a layer deeper to connect when we send a present. So we take this birthday idea with the kids, and it's yearly. We have a birthday once a year. It's a time to check in on that relationship. We have all sorts of yearly markers. Mother's Day, check in with your mom. Make sure you're still friends and good with your mom. Father's Day, same thing. Say hi to your dad. Don't forget to say hi to your father and show him that you love and appreciate him. Thank you for bringing me into this world. Even if you weren't a part of my life, I couldn't be here without you. A good thing to be here. So we want these people to know that we love and care about them. And a birthday is a perfect opportunity to check in and say, how am I doing? Do I know what they're into? A couple weeks, months ago, somebody asked me what my daughter's into. They hadn't been in contact with her. And I had to think. I was like, oh, she's a teenager now. Some things have changed. What is she into? She used to be into that. She's not really into that anymore. She used to be into that. She's not really into that anymore. And I had to think about it, because as teenagers, it's like you get a light switch flipped, and all of a sudden you're into something new. You're growing up. And this is really fun. I'll share this about my daughter. She's 13, right? I love her. She's fun. She's 13, and last year I got her a Christmas gift of a makeup set. I was like, we're going to learn how to be a teenager and put makeup on. And for me, in my mind, I don't know why, but 12 was a big number for that it's time to learn about makeup and deodorant and all sorts of fun things. She already knew about deodorant, but anyway, she got this makeup kit and she was like, great, Mom, that's fun. We'll do that sometime. And we looked up a thing of how to put makeup on YouTube, and it was just great. And then she didn't really pursue it. It was like, what's going on? And she says, well, I love me the way I am. God made me perfect, and I don't have to wear makeup. It's fun, but I don't know, it's just a thing that maybe whatever. And so I was like, oh, my sweet girl, she's just so precious, and I love her. That's great. She loves who she is. Well, now, that was not too many months ago that she was in that mode of, I don't need to dress up. I don't need to do makeup. Now she's been going to junior high for a couple months, and all of a sudden she says, hey, Mom, when do we have time to look up that makeup tutorial and practice that makeup stuff? It's something different for her. She's matured a little bit more. And I think she still has that, I'm good inside and I'm perfect the way God made me. It's just another layer of maturing, right? It's just fabulous that you can take care of your outside differently. What is the phrase? I love this phrase. Don't judge a book by its cover, but let's be interesting enough that people want to open it up and see what's inside. And so she's getting to that point. The point is, people change, and we need to pay attention to what's going on and have a check-in time every once in a while. And so as we have Christmas, this is the birth of our Savior, celebrating Christ's birthday. And what's our relationship with God? How are we doing there? Do we know what's going on? And not so much that God changes, but how am I changing with my relationship to God? Am I getting closer? Am I paying attention to what I'm doing? Am I recognizing all the blessings that I have? Lots of questions to go over when we consider this, right? And as we change and mature, the way we relate to things around us changes too. So we have Christmas, and it's a birthday, and we celebrate with gifts. What kind of gifts do we give for Christ? Right? That's why would we do that? We still celebrate every year forever. We're going to not ever stop. We're not ever going to stop celebrating Christmas, right? It's always going to be a holiday. And it's kind of hard to, you don't wrap up a book or a game or Legos. I don't think you can give God Legos. He's got enough to build with. He doesn't need us to give him Legos. What do? How do we celebrate his birthday and let him know that we care about him and we know him and we're paying attention to him and that we want to strengthen that relationship with him, just like we do with our kids' birthdays? What do we do about our Savior's birthday? Well, here's why we give gifts. And it's like, maybe it's commercialized, maybe it's not. Probably is, right? But if you're looking for something, you're going to find it. If you're looking for problems and all the corruption in the world, you're going to find it because it's there. It's definitely there. But if you're looking for love and people to serve and help and blessings and miracles, you're going to find those too, because they are definitely there. So I choose to focus on all those other things that are not bad. I want to have a celebration of my Savior's birth. I want it to be good. So I'm going to find people that I can give gifts to. The scriptures have said, I'm not a scriptorian, I'm not a direct quote here, right? But they say, if you do it unto the least of these, you're serving your God. If you are blessing someone, one of God's other children, that's the best blessing, the best present that we can try to give back to our Savior. I was listening to Rabbi, I think his name's Rabbi Lapine. Forgot his name. Anyway, he's a fascinating, wonderful man. And he shared this story about he went and had his car repaired by someone that his father had told him to go to. And the repairman said, "It's on me. Go ahead. Have a great day. Enjoy your car." And he says, well, he must have been mistaken and thought that this was my father's car, because he wouldn't do that for free for me. And, excuse me, the repairman said, "Your father did something for me that I cannot ever repay. And you can't understand this now because you're young. But when you become a parent, you will know the best thing that you can do for someone is to care for their children and help their children." And I have seen and been recipient of this so many times with our kids. We needed help. We couldn't do having quadruplets without a lot of help. And even just on Saturday, or was it Sunday, my sweet sister-in-law started disciplining my kids. Now, some people might get offended at that. I was so grateful. She said something, and I don't remember what it was. It was like, "Don't do that," or something simple, right? It wasn't a big deal. She's sitting next to me, and she turns to me and says, "I'm sorry. I just saw that he needed that. And, I'm here. I know I can help." So I started helping. And I'm so grateful for her help. Parents try to teach their kids so many things, so much. A lot of times, there's a reason why Snoopy's, Charlie Brown, all the adults sound like "wah, wah, wah, wah," because that's what we sound like to them if they hear the same voice over and over and over again. If it comes from somebody else, it's important to them too, and it just is different. It's a different sound, and it makes a difference in the kids. And I was so grateful for her help. Some things we can't give to our kids. It has to come from other people. And when we're helping God's other children, He loves it. That's what we're here for. We're here to help and love each other. We're here for one another on purpose. I'm not saying that God couldn't do it, because He's got a lot of kids. I wouldn't have been able to do my kids. I'm human. That's why we give presents to each other on Christmas, because we love our God, and we want to love more. We want to be more like our Savior. We want to be more. Just more. We want to be more. We want to give more. Now, the other thing about Christmas is, it's been said, giving is better than receiving. And I want to challenge that today. Sometimes we feel like we don't have anything to give. You always have your spirit. You can always share your spirit. You can always share your smile. You can always share your hope. And sometimes we need to share what troubles us. It's important to share and give. You have time. You can always give your time. We always have something we can give. Always. No matter who you are, you have something you can give. Everybody has time. And if we're giving, well, there better be somebody there to receive. Or how are you going to give? And I struggled with this a lot when we first had our quadruplets. But you have to receive. You have to. What's the point in giving if there's nobody there to receive it? And we'll take it a step further. What's the point in giving if they're going to say, oh, no, thank you, I don't need it, and push us away instead of, like, there's all these different ways you can receive. You can push them away and say, no, I don't need help, or no, I don't like that color, or, just plain out not receive. Or we can receive and go, oh, okay, thanks, and then go put it somewhere or give it away right away. And sometimes we need to do that. If it's something that's just not going to work for us, we need to accept it in gratitude, receive their love, receive their attention and whatever it is they're trying to give us through that gift. It's not a gift. It's not just the tangible item that's important. It's the meaning behind it. It's them, it's the person who's giving the gift trying to strengthen a relationship to show their love. That's what a gift is. It's not much more. Sometimes it's like, oh, wow, you really need this. But even if it is something you really need, it's a pair of underwear or something that you really need. Grandma always gives underwear for Christmas, right? Because she loves you and knows you need something. She's going to take care of your needs and help you out. So what? It's a pair of underwear. She loves you. Say thank you. Say thank you and take it in. Now, if it's the wrong size or something, you can still say thank you. And then go, oh, it's the wrong size. I'll re-gift that. I'll wrap that up again and give it to someone else. Or maybe you don't want to re-gift underwear. But there's things that you can do, different ways to show your appreciation and fully take it in and love it. And then there's the next other thing. If someone truly knows that you have a love for something, a need for something, and they give it to you and you love that person, you're like, oh, I love it. And then you use it. Just use it. Put it on display. If it's underwear, don't display it. But use it. If it's a picture or, right now we have ornament gift exchanges. I don't really care for all of the different ornaments that I've been getting. Some of them are not really going to go on my tree. I've got a lot of things that I can choose to put on my tree, and I don't know, probably save that one for the kids when they get married and they can have their own tree. But still accepting and gratitude and love. All right, let me check my notes, see what I'm skipping over here. Oh yeah. If, like, when they're a baby, they want to rattle, right? And maybe they don't have the same interests, but they now call it a maraca when they're older, right? We can still carry on the same interests and grow up with them. That was a part that I wanted to make sure you know. And so birthdays are to check in with the relationship and make sure that we're still friends, that we still have that connection, especially with our kids. If we're celebrating their birthday, and especially when they're getting to be teenagers and growing up, being older, we think that they don't really need us. It's not true. You're still the parent. Even if they're 50, 60 years old, they still have a parent. There's a relationship there, and it goes both ways. It just changes how you interact when they become self-reliant and independent. And it doesn't mean they don't need a parent. It's just a little bit different. They don't need you to tie their shoes and wipe their nose for them anymore, but they still need you. Still need you to be there and have a relationship and love them. So that's why we give gifts at Christmas. We want to show our appreciation for our Savior, for Christ. We want to return the favor. Not really possible, but we want to try, right? If somebody, there's this really funny thing. If somebody brings you lunch, then you're like, oh, I got to give them lunch. And then they're like, oh, they gave me lunch. And it goes back and forth. I've got to take you out to lunch. I've got to give you lunch. I've got to give you something. And we we feel like we're always, we call it, in debt to this person because they gave us something. Sometimes you just want to give and not expect anything back. And sometimes we want to be closer and become more like that person that's giving it to us. Our Savior, we want to be more like God. We want to be more loving. And the scriptures teach that when we're in the service of others, we're only in the service of God. And charity never faileth. Charity is the pure love of Christ. The love. Love, love, love. It's all about love. Reflecting on our relationships with ourselves, with God, with our family around us, who we're giving the presents to. And I don't know about you, but I try to expand my ability to give things. So when we have neighbors bring us plates of cookies and different things like that, we want to give something to just everyone that we possibly can. Reflecting and evaluating our relationships with all the people around us. It's a fantastic time to consider that. And it's masked by just Christmas and giving. But that's what we're doing. We're evaluating, maybe subconsciously, but we are evaluating the relationships that we have and trying to strengthen them and build those relationships. And what better thing to follow Christmas and the holiday season than New Year's and the resolutions that we make at New Year's resolutions. So today, I wish you the merriest, happiest, joyful Christmas and holiday season. No matter what celebration you're having, it's the end of the year. It's the perfect time to reflect on those relationships around us and how we are doing. Before we set those resolutions, we reflect and see where we're out of alignment, see where we've been slacking, see where we're awesome. Remember, you're awesome in some places, and maybe that needs to be accentuated a little bit more. You're incredibly awesome, and you're doing great. If you're still here and you're making it through another day, you are doing great. Don't give up. Keep going. Remember that you are worth it. You're worth it. Be willing to receive, evaluate. And I have to do this all the time. Check in and go, am I having a hard time receiving? Usually the answer is yes. I'm usually having a harder time receiving than I am of giving, because I've been taught all along giving is more important. And it's just to keep us in check so we don't become dependent on other people giving us stuff. And so we don't become prideful and, entitled. Entitled is the word. We don't want to be entitled and snitty. We want to be gracious and thankful. And if we're expecting people to just give us stuff, then there's lack in gratitude in that. So that's why it's said that giving is more important than receiving. But you can't give if someone's not going to receive. You have to have both. They're both important. I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks to spend extra time with my family and strengthen those bonds and all that stuff that we've been talking about. I'm going to take a couple of weeks with them and not on the social media and all this, not doing the show. I'm taking a couple of weeks, and I will see you back in January. Remember, you're worth it, and so are they. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. You're awesome. Okay. I love ya. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Layers of Communication with your host, Lydia Taggart. Tune in next week as we discover the layers in order to communicate and connect down to your core on Lydia Taggart's Layers of Communication.